so today I'm going to be doing a highlighter declutter. As you can see, I've got quite a lot, and these are just my drugstore ones. And over here we've got my higher end ones. As you can see, there's definitely like not as many. So today the plan is that I want to kind of whittle all of these down to at least like half. I do also have highlighter palettes as well, but I am not going to include them in this video. I'll do a separate video for those. I only use a handful of these highlighters, you know, frequently. So I just feel like, yeah, I need to give them away to people that will use them and love them. Also, just to say, I'm going to be giving the highlighters away to Jade, who is Anton's daughter, and also friends at work, because most of these have been used. I just feel like that's probably the best thing to do with these. So just in case you're wondering, that's what I'm going to be doing with the highlighters that do not suit me. So okay, so today we're going to start with the high end, and this is a palette from STILA. This is called the Starlight Star Bright palette, which is 3 of their Heaven's Hues highlighters. We've got a kind of a light pink one, we've got a light kind of champagne one, and we've got a gold. The formula of these is quite unique. It's quite similar to the ColourPop highlighters. So I really like this palette when I first got it, but I just find that at the moment I'm not reaching for it. I don't think I'm ready to actually part with this one yet. So I'm going to be keeping this one. Okay, so next we have a brick highlighter. This is by Bobbi Brown, and it is pink quartz. It's the shimmer brick. So when I first really got into makeup, this was one of the first products that I just fell in love with. It's definitely not a highlighter in the sense of how we think of highlighters now. It's not blinding, it's not metallic. I would probably say this is more of like a glowy kind of blush. You've got 5 different strips. It's very pink, but it also does have like more of a golden strip and more of a bronzy strip. All mixed up all together, I think you get the most beautiful kind of bronzy pink kind of shade. This one does feel kind of dry. I think that the time has come for me to say goodbye to this one. So this one will be either given away or maybe even just thrown, because it is quite old now. So this one is going to go in my box to give away. Okay, so sticking with Bobbi Brown, we have one of their limited edition highlighters. This is the Bronze Glow, and this is a gelée kind of formula, meaning that it's not a powder, it's not a cream, it's somewhere in the middle. This has the most beautiful kind of soft silky feel to it, and it is a beautiful bronzy kind of glowy highlight. This one definitely packs more oomph than the shimmer brick. It's quite squeaky, it needs a bit of an oil. I really like this one, but I feel like I've got to admit at some point it's too dark for my fair skin, and I know a bunch of people at work with kind of Asian skin tones that just would rock this, and it would just look so beautiful on them. So I think the time has come for me to relinquish this, but I really love the formula. It's beautiful. It's just too dark for me, sadly. This one is going to be passed on probably to my friend Sidra at work. Okay, so next we have a highlighter by MAC. This is the only MAC highlight. Oh no, it's not. I've got blushy by MAC, but not any kind of highlighters. So this is one of their extra dimension skin finishes in the shade Beaming Blush. So this is an absolutely gorgeous kind of pinky gold duochrome. It looks so sensational in the pan. Again, this is a gelée formula, so it's not powder, it's not cream, but it's very smooth and silky. This one is really blinding on the face. You can totally build this up to be seriously blinding, or you can lightly apply it just for a really kind of beautiful subtle glow. It's extremely flattering on the skin. If you have textured skin, it will just look like you've been kissed by an angel. I mean, I really like this. I think the shade is maybe a little bit too goldy for me, but I cannot give this away. I kind of fall in love more every time I use it, so I'm going to be keeping this one. Okay, so next we, oh, there's me. Hey guys, how you doing? So this is by Urban Decay, and it's one of the Afterglow highlighters, and it's in the shade Aura. I was so keen to try this out because I'm a huge fan of Urban Decay in general, although I do feel like the quality of Urban Decay products, I just feel like sometimes they're not moving with the times, you know, they're a bit stuck. I completely hate this highlighter. It's powdery, it's chalky, doesn't have any real kind of glow to it. Like everything that you would want from a highlighter, this fails like on every single point. I was so disappointed with this, and I will very happily give this away, but I will be telling whoever I give it to, this is shit. This is shit. So I won't be offended if you throw it in the bin. It's a really poor highlighter from a brand that should know better. Okay, so next we have the What's Up highlighter, and this is from Benefit. So this is a cream highlighter. It's quite iconic. This makes me think of SHIMMER because she always used to love this. It's got a sponge at the top, which is pointless, and then at the other end you've got a champagne-y kind of highlight. I really wanted to like this. As I said, I was completely sold on this by SHIMMER because it looks so beautiful on her, but again, like, I just think cream products can be really difficult, especially cream highlighters, because you're applying them on top of all your other makeup, and this one just, like, the look of it wasn't worth the effort of applying it. I just didn't like it. I was really disappointed with it, and I will be giving this one away. I'm doing really well so far, guys. Like, I've got 2 in my keep and 4 in my giveaway. Excellent. But this is one I will not be giving away. So this is the OFRA Feeling Myself highlighter palette. This has 3 of their kind of favourite highlighters. So we've got Blissful, Pillow Talk and Rodeo Drive. I got this from Beauty Bay, and this is probably my most used kind of highlighting palette. Blissful is definitely too dark for me. I can't really get away with it. It's very bronzy, but it's quite a deep bronze. Pillow Talk is too light for me, I feel, because it's got that effect that, you know, when you look at my face on, it looks ashy. Rodeo Drive is obviously my favourite. You can see I've hit pan there. I love the formula of these. Out of all my highlighters, I would definitely say these are the most blinding. Rodeo Drive is just, for me, the perfect champagne-y shade. It potentially can very easily be too dark for me if I apply too much, but if I just kind of lightly dust this on the high points of my face, it just looks sensational, and it adds a touch of a warm glow. I just think it's beautiful. I'm definitely keen to try more of OFRA's highlighters based on these 3. Also, I think that this is a really good kind of value palette. It costs £25. And even though, like, this one's too dark, this one's too light, I do use this on my Declutter, and I use this sometimes, just sparingly. I will use it, so it's not going anywhere other than keeping going all over my face, you know, and Declutter. Okay, so the final kind of higher end highlighter we have is by Laura Geller. This was very kindly sent to me by one of my subscribers. So this is the Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator, and it's in the shade Charming Pink. I don't really see the pink in this. To me, it's much more of a champagne shade. I wasn't blown away by this. It wasn't bad. It was nothing special, and I never reached for it. I don't want to sound ungrateful. I really appreciate being sent this, but it just is not a highlighter that I'm reaching for a lot. I don't have anything negative to say, but it's just, I just don't reach for it. So this one is going to be donated to someone that will hopefully get a lot of use out of it. Okay, so I have 5 highlighters in my giving away pile, and I've got 3 in my keep pile. So I think I did quite well there. Next, we're going to be moving on to this gang of drugstore / affordable highlighters. Oh gosh, guys, this is going to be fun. Like, I'm really looking forward to this, but I'm hoping to cut this down by at least half. And I'm feeling confident at this point I can do it. So let's get to it. So we're going to kick off the drugstore / affordable highlighters with this from Makeup Revolution. This is the Light and Glow palette, and in this palette you get a pink kind of blush. It's like a shimmery kind of blush, and then you've got a very kind of light champagne. It's almost got like yellow tones to it. So for me, I use this as a highlight and I use this as a blush. This is fantastic. This is actually a repurchase. The first one that I had very unfortunately smashed. So, you know, I loved it so much I had to buy another one. I don't use this all that often. I do really like it. I'm not ready to give it up. If you want a really pretty baby pink glowy blush, I think you would love this. So this is definitely going to be one that I am going to be keeping. So next we have the Technic Get Gorgeous Pink Sparkle Highlight. This is definitely going to be donated. I don't like this. It's very, very dry. It really accentuates texture on the face. I don't like it. I don't like the formula. It's tough to even like pick up on your brush, and I don't like this kind of design because it's all bumpy and it just doesn't make it easy to pick it up. So this one is going to go. I was going to say sadly, but not really sadly at all. Okay, so next we have two of the double dimension highlighters. These were from Primark. I don't know if they even sell these anymore. We've got Lilac Dreams, which is a duochrome kind of pinky purple kind of shade. And we've got Peach Shimmer, sorry. This one is a peachy kind of a shade. So out of the two of these, I definitely preferred the peachy one, but I honestly don't ever reach for these. I don't think they're terrible, but I don't think they stand out as being anything special either. So these two are definitely going to go. See ya! Okay, so next I've got two of these shimmer bricks. These are from Makeup Revolution. Very similar to the Bobbi Brown shimmer brick. Definitely think that's where Makeup Revolution got their inspiration. We've got the Pink Vivid shimmer brick in the shade Pink Kiss. I love this one. I'm definitely going to be keeping this. You can either like pick up an individual like stripe, or you can just kind of mix it all together, and it just gives you the most beautiful pink blinding glow. This is absolutely superb. I love it. Would recommend if you like pink highlighters. So the one in Radiant is the most similar to the Bobbi Brown pink shimmer brick. I really like this, but I do find that because it's got two relatively like dark kind of, they're like a deep bronze kind of shade, I find that it does end up being ultimately too dark for my face, unfortunately. And I do have this in a highlighter palette from Makeup Revolution as well. So, but you know what? I think I'm going to keep it because it actually makes your face look bronzed. It's like a, you know, bronzy highlighter. So yeah, feck it. I'm going to keep it. I'm keeping them both, guys. Keeping them both. Okay, so next we have the Master Holographic. This is by Maybelline, and it is in the shade, God, I have no idea. I don't know if the shade is just, Prismatic Highlighter. This was kind of recommended to me. A lot of people were raving about it, but I hated it because it's so chunky, it's powdery, and it didn't even look that good on my face. It just was not flattering whatsoever. And yeah, no, this one's going, this one, I hope it hits his ass on the way out, to be honest. I do not like. So next we've got two liquid highlighters. These are from Makeup Revolution. We have Unicorn Elixir, which is this one, and we have Liquid Starlight. Yeah, I never ever use these, like never ever. I know that you could mix them in with your foundation, but I forget about them. I forget I've got them. But do you know what? I feel like I'm going to keep them. And maybe now that I'm kind of cutting down my highlighter collection, I will actually reach for these more because they won't get lost in the crowd. So I'm going to just give these one more chance to blow my panties off. So these ones, are on their last chance saloon, guys. Okay, so sticking with liquid highlighters, we have the Glow Drops. This is by L'Oreal, and this is, I don't know what shade it's in, but anyway, it's kind of like an icy pinky kind of shade. I actually really like this. It's definitely quite oily, like really oily. I've used it recently, so I'm going to be keeping this one. Okay, so next we have two highlighters by RIVERHR. I have Ice Cream, and this is a beautiful kind of golden highlight. And we have Whimsical, which is a beautiful peach highlight. RIVERHR are an indie brand. These highlighters cost, I think it's about £10 each. These are two of my absolute favourites. I just think these are so blinding. They're definitely on the level of OFRA. If you've not tried a RIVERHR highlight, I would recommend that you definitely get yourself to their website, give one a go. These are beautiful. They're just mad intense, like so intense. If you want a blinding highlight, these are the ones for you. I love these and I do wear them often, so I'm going to be keeping both of these sexy little bitches. Okay, so next we have two highlighters by ColourPop. We have Butterfly Beach, which is a beautiful, it's like a very light bronzy slash peachy shade. And we also have their iconic Monster shade, which is a duochrome. It's kind of like a pearly kind of pinky kind of situation. Well, I love the idea of both of these, but unfortunately I never ever reach for them. My favourite one is Butterfly Beach out of the two, but I just don't reach for them. Similar to the STILA Heaven Hues highlighters, I just find that they're quite difficult, you know, to work with over, you know, an already made up face. So these two are going to be given away, sadly, because I really wanted to love them, and I got a massive customs charge for shipping these into the UK, but I just have to get rid. Bye bye, see you later. Okay, so next we have the NYX Love You So Mochi highlighting palette. This is in the shade Lit Life. One is a very similar kind of creamy putty kind of formula to the STILA Heaven Hues highlighters. So if you're wanting to try out that formula but you don't want to spend all of the money, then I would definitely recommend trying out one of these I Love You So Mochi palettes. They released two of them. The other one is definitely lighter. This one has a pink shade, it has a very yellowy gold shade, and it also has like a peachy gold shade. I was so excited about this when it was first released, but like other than this shade in the middle, the yellowy gold shade, I just didn't like it. I just didn't find that they really made much of an impact on my face. It was just so disappointing, and I'm not going to keep the whole palette just for this shade, so this one is going to go. Adios. Okay, so next we have another highlighter by NYX. This is one of their duochromatic illuminating powders, and it's in the shade Lavender Steel. It just looks so boring, like it does, and on the face it's boring. The formula is identical to the Urban Decay Afterglow highlighter that I've got. It was just a massive disappointment. I am going to be giving this one away and apologising to whoever I give it to for giving them such a shit highlighter. Okay, so next we have three highlighters from Primark. We have Mermaid Glow, which is a very light pearly silvery shade. We have Brunch Club, which is a beautiful light champagne shade. And we have Rose Prosecco, which is a rose gold shade. My favourite by far is the Brunch Club one, which is the light champagne. This one has a gelée formula. It's quite difficult to pick up on your brush, so I used to find that if I used my finger and just like dabbed it on that way, that would give me the best results. I'm going to be keeping Brunch Club, but the other two are going. Rose Prosecco was just, the colour just was not right. It didn't sit right on my face. Mermaid Glow was way too light and it just looks like totally ashy. It's just not wearable, unfortunately for me, even though I do have very fair skin. So yeah, these two are going, but Brunch Club is staying right where it's at, and I need to wear this more because I I fell in love with it when I first tried it. Okay, so next we have another Makeup Revolution highlighter. This is the Rose Gold Ingot highlighter. This is such a generous portion of highlight. You know, you feel a bit overfaced by it. When I tried this, I liked it. I thought it was actually really, really nice. Do I wear it? No, like never. And I don't know why. I just feel like it's too big. You know, sometimes like if someone serves you a portion of food and it's just like really, really big and overwhelming, it just makes you not enjoy the food as much. You know, less is more sometimes. So this one is like, I'm going to donate it. She's donating it. Bye bye. See you later. Okay, sticking with Makeup Revolution, we have the Skin Kiss, and this is in the shade Pink Kiss, and this is a beautiful icy pink. So I didn't like any of the other Skin Kisses. I just found that they were very powdery, chalky, unflattering on my skin and just not very glowy. But I actually really like this particular shade. It's seriously blinding. Like, it's so blinding. This could be arrested for public indecency. I don't wear it all that often, but I'm going to keep it because I feel like once I've cut down my collection, maybe I will see it more and give it more attention. So I'm going to be keeping this one. Okay, so next we have 3 highlighters, all by Makeup Academy. These are super affordable. We've got this one in the shade Pearlescent Sheen, and it's a duochrome. It's a pearly shade with hints of like blue to it. We have Peach Diamond, this one. Again, it's pearly and it's got a hint of like pinky peach going on. Looks beautiful in the pan, but I'm not really keen. And finally, we have Glistening Amethyst. It's like a silvery shade with purpley violet kind of undertones. I don't like this as a highlighter, but I loved it as an eyeshadow. But am I going to keep this whole thing just to use it like every so often as an eyeshadow? I don't think so. So this one is going completely unwearable as a highlighter unless you want to get dressed up as an alien or a robot or the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz. These two, I mean, I do appreciate they're super, super cheap. I'm going to say no because I don't like the formula. It's dry, doesn't look particularly flattering on the skin. It's not very glowy. And it's tough to pick up on a brush. So yeah, these two are going off somewhere else. Okay, so next we have 2 of my newest highlighters. These are by Wet n Wild, and they're the Mega Glow highlighting powders. So we have Blossom Glow, which is a beautiful kind of icy peachy pink. And we have Precious Petals, which is a kind of peachy champagne shade. This one is the darkest out of the 2. I absolutely love these. I feel like if you've got very fair skin, Blossom Glow will be the one for you. Whereas if you've got a slightly like darker skin or olive skin or just deeper skin in general, then Precious Petals would be the one to go for because it is a touch darker than Blossom Glow. Blossom Glow is more pink and pearly, and Precious Petals is more peachy and kind of bronzy in a very light way. I love the formula of these. It's very light, very kind of flattering on the skin, and you can also build these up to be like ultimately like seriously blinding. So I'm going to be keeping both of these. We have another Wet n Wild highlighting powder. This is another Mega Glow, and I believe that this is limited edition. So this is in the shade Purple Ashes, and it's a beautiful kind of light pinky purpley kind of shade. This is gorgeous. You can wear it very lightly and it just gives your cheeks a kiss of pinkness. I prefer to use this as a sheeny kind of blush as opposed to a highlight just because of the shade of it. I didn't think I was going to love this as much as I do based on the colour, but it's actually a lot more wearable than you would think. So I'm going to be keeping this. Okay, so next we have another highlight by Technic. This is the Get Gorgeous highlighting powder. This one blew my panties off when I first tried it. It doesn't look like anything in the pan, and it does have this really awkward kind of hilly like situation going on, which I am not a fan of at all. But I actually thought this looked really, really nice on my skin. I've not used it in it forever, so I'm only going off my memory here, but like I can't part with this purely for how much I loved it when I actually used to wear it. So I'm going to keep hold of this one for now. It's super cheap, but I definitely think it just looks really natural and just natural. It's just kind of like gives you a natural glow. So I'm going to be keeping this one. Okay, so next we have a couple of the newer kind of boxed highlighters by Makeup Revolution. We have Girl's Best Friend. This one, they say is a trio of highlighters, but it's not, because the two outer shades are actually the same colour. You've just got a different shade in the middle. The two outer shades are a pearly, almost champagne kind of shade, and the middle one is a peach. This one is definitely my favourite out of the two. And then we have Princess Cut. So this one has two, I think it's the same kind of pearly shade as in Girl's Best Friend, but then you've got this beautiful cool tone like lavender in the middle. Really like the look of this, and I thought I was going to love it, but it just looked way too harsh and unnatural on my skin. So I've not worn it since that first impression. I'm going to be giving this one away to an extremely fair-skinned friend. Girl's Best Friend I am going to keep. Worn it a few times since kind of first trying it, so I feel like there's hope for this one yet. I'm going to keep Girl's Best Friend, and Princess Cut is going to New Pastures. Oh guys, I feel kind of bad splitting them up, you know what I mean? But I'm sorry guys, we have to part ways, like we do. Say bye-bye to each other, guys. Oh, bye-bye. Anyway guys, okay, so next we have another box highlighter. This was from I Heart Makeup, and this is the Unicorn Heart highlight. I bought this not thinking it was going to be wearable, but just because I think it's so pretty. Just the look of this is gorgeous. I don't think anyone would buy this thinking it would be wearable, and I know people have said that you can, like, you know, just use the individual shades, but life's too short for that for me. It's like super tricky trying to pick up, you know, an individual shade. So yeah, I never wear this, but I'm not going to throw it away because it's kind of like a collector's piece for me, she says, when it's like covered and stained in foundation. But yeah, I can't give this one away. I'm keeping it just for the prettiness. I'm not going to ever wear it. Like, it's just going to be there as a piece. Okay, we have another box highlighter. This is the Goddess of Love. Goddess of Love, that's the name of the range, but this is the Goddess of Faith. This one is your typical light champagne shade. Really pretty. I like these boxed blushes. I think you get your money's worth, you know, in terms of the formula, but I never wear this, and I don't think I'm going to be reaching for it in the future, so I'm going to pass this on to someone that can really enjoy it. Okay, so I promise this is the last Blushing Hearts. This one is a triple baked blusher in the shade Iced Hearts. This is actually the second one that I bought because I think I lost the first one. How do you lose like this? I don't know. This has three different kind of stripes of colour. A dark pink, a kind of light icy pink, and then it has a pearly shade at the end. This is sensational, super blinding. When you mix all of these three shades together, it gives you an icy pink. It's beautiful. I love this. I've not worn it in forever, but I'm going to keep it because at one point this was my absolute favourite. So I feel like I could definitely get some wear out of this in the future. So this one's going to stay. By the way, I love these little boxes, but they're awkward. But they take up so much room in your makeup drawer. But I don't mind really because I love them. And they'd be nice like displayed, you know what I mean? So anyway, yeah, keeping it. Oh my gosh, guys, I was so freaked out then because I heard like a vibrating sound and I was like, what the hell is that? Is it my dildo? I'm just joking. I do not have a dildo, but it's one of the boys' little boats in the bath, but it freaked me out, guys. But anyway, if you can hear the vibrating noise, I promise you it's not a dildo. I don't even own a dildo, but anyway, so this is the Mary Luminizer. It's the most iconic highlighter, I feel, of all time. I remember when I first started watching makeup videos on YouTube, this was all anybody raved about. This was, in my opinion, the first proper highlight that, you know, really kicked off everyone's love affair with highlighters. This is by the BALM. Obviously, after the peer pressure of everyone loving it, I had to try it out for myself, and I was rather disappointed. I got this from Amazon, and I've questioned, like, could this be a fake maybe? No, I don't really know if fake makeup was particularly a thing back, you know, in the day when I will have bought this years ago. I'm not going to tell you how many years because I will totally give away my age, not that I care, but anyway, didn't impress me, and maybe I just had such high expectations from, you know, everyone raving about it, but I never use this, and I don't know whether to keep it just because it is iconic. It's part of like my YouTube experience, so yeah, I'm gonna keep it. Maybe I'll try it again and I'll fall in love with it, but I kept trying it, just waiting for it to blow my panties off, and it didn't. But do you know what, I'm gonna keep it just for nostalgia. That's why I'm keeping it, for nostalgia. Yes, okay, that's a good excuse. I'm sticking with it. Okay, so next we have another MUA highlighter. This is the Prism highlighter. It's a duochrome. This one is going to go. It just wasn't that special. I never reached for it. It looks pretty in the pan. It's kind of duochrome, but I know, honestly, like deep within my vagina, I'm never going to be reaching for this, so I'm going to give it to someone who will enjoy it from deep from within their vagina. What? I don't know. Okay, so next we've got another Makeup Revolution. I feel like Makeup Revolution is the brand that I have the most highlighters from, but this is one of their strobe highlighters. It's in the shade Moon Glow. Again, you know what's going to be pissing me off about this super hilly design. Why do they feel they need to do that? I mean, this is not the Himalayas, this is a highlighter. We do not need any hills on our highlighters. This was okay. It was a very natural, subtle kind of highlight, the complete opposite to, you know, the blinding metallic glow we've all come to know and love and expect. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love a good natural subtle glow, but this, I never reach for this. I know there's never going to be an occasion where I'm going to say, oh, I'm going to put some of my strobe highlighter on today. It's not going to happen, guys. And I know someone would really, really be able to like enjoy this, so I'm going to pass it along. To the left, no, to the right, to the right. Okay, so next we have the GLOWMOCOTION from W7. This is an absolute 100% dupe for, oh, can I open it? What? Okay, I can. She did it. So this is an absolute dupe for the Mary LOUMANIZER. I don't think I'm going to keep it just because I never reach for it. I've got other highlighters that I prefer more. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of this because I want someone else to be able to enjoy it. So, or am I? Do you know what? I'm going to do the swatching after I filmed this bit, so maybe when I swatch it I might decide to keep it. This one I'm on the fence about. Okay, I'm on the fence. I just don't know. I'm going to put it in the keep for now, but we will see. It's life is on a knife edge, let's put it that way. Okay, so next we have two of the sleek makeup palettes. There's me. Hey guys, yes, I do have my headband on and I'm looking ratchet today. There's my camera and my boob eyes. Anyway, moving on. So this one is Cleopatra's Kiss. This has two cream kind of highlighters, and it has two powder highlighters. It's very bronzy. I really love this, but I never wear it. Like, I love the formula of it, but I never wear it. It's actually quite blinding. I'm going to keep it because I feel like there's hope yet in this palette. Like, I feel like if I use the cream as like a base to the powder, it would be sensational. So I'm going to keep this one. I can't say no. I've not used it in years, but I'm going to keep it. This is their iconic one that they brought out first. This is the Solstice palette, and this one is actually really, really good. But I got a bit of hard pan going on, and then I just kind of gave up on it after that. What to do? I feel like I should hang on to it, but I don't feel like it's right to keep both the sleek palettes, so I'm going to get rid of this. Okay, so next I have another liquid illuminator. This is from NYX, and it's the Born to Glow highlight, and it's in the shade Sunbeam. I remember when NYX first got released here in the UK, I was so excited. I dragged honeys to Boots and I swatched this, and it just blew my pants and my bra right off because it was like liquid silver. But I only had about £10 in my account. It was when I was on maternity leave. I had no money whatsoever and I had to walk away from it, and it was so sad. But eventually I ended up saving my money and just buying it. But you can only imagine my disappointment when I realised on the face it looked shit. I never use this. It swatches beautifully, but it just does not work for me. Actually, on the face, it's oily. It's just a bit too metallic. It is a bit of a dupe for the Copacabana illuminator by NARS, which, by the way, I've just remembered I've totally forgot to include in this. But anyway, I'm not throwing that out. That's not going anywhere. But anyway, this one is going, and I want to give it to someone before it becomes unusable because it's got a 12-month kind of lifespan on it. So I'm going to give this one a whirl. So my battery went on my other camera just before I finished the last highlighter, so this camera is not the best for filming on. The picture's great, but you'll hear there'll be like an annoying ticking sound in the background. It pisses me right off. Anyway, just to finish off, we have the AOA Studio Wonder Baked Highlighter. This is in the shade Fairy, and this is a beautiful like pinky yellowy gold. This is actually gorgeous, but it's very dry. It's not the most flattering on the face, but I really love the shade of this, so I'm going to be keeping this. I barely used it, but as I said, maybe I'll not neglect it as much when I've not got as many highlighters, you know, in every orifice. Not in every orifice, in every makeup drawer. I don't know, guys. But anyway, I'm going to be keeping this one. Okay, so guys, that brings us to the end of the highlighter declutter. I really hope that you've enjoyed this. I think I did pretty well, actually. Like, I've still got a shitload of highlighters, but I've got less than I did have, you know. So these are all the highlighters that I'm going to keep, with a couple that are on the fence. And here we have all of the highlighters that I'm going to be giving away. I think I did pretty well. Ocean Eye Twain, I had them in a nice neat order, so I think I did really well, actually. I'm going to give myself a big pat on the back. So yeah, I've managed to really declutter. I'm hoping that now I will actually get more use out of these highlighters, because I won't be so overwhelmed. Look, what a first world problem that is. But anyway, yeah, I'm really proud of myself, and I am going to do a declutter with my other makeup, with eyeshadow palettes, lipsticks. Let me know what you would want to see next. I am committed to downsizing my makeup collection so that I can get more out of the products that I really enjoy. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.